Hey guys, so I'm working on the elk hunting series, the Foundations of Elk Hunting series, and I found a spot on here where I thought, man, I should go down there and check that out. And it's not for elk hunting, but for trout fishing. I found a canyon in there, and one of the forks of the road runs through it, and I don't think anybody gets in there, so there might be some big trout in there. So I'm gonna run down there, play around a little bit this afternoon, and see if we can find anything. If you haven't seen our latest video on the Foundations of Elk Hunting series, check it out. I'll put it right here. Stay along, it's gonna be a good time. Alright, so we made it here. I'll show you where I'm going down in. I brought my hiking boots. It's a hike in there, and it's not an easy one either. So, and there's some elk tracks in there. But anyhow, we're gonna go down. I'll show you where we're gonna go down. We're gonna follow this old skid road down in there, and we're going down into that. I've wanted to do this for a long time and haven't been able to, so there's got to be some big fish in there. Did I mention that this pack right here makes a great fishing pack just as much as it makes a good hunting pack, and that is the Muley from Wilderness Packs. Great fishing pack. Hey guys, if you haven't tried one of these lumbar packs for this day type stuff, you should really try one. And a lot of guys are like, well, why don't you just get a smaller day pack and put it on your back? Well, if you guys do this stuff like I do a lot in the summer, when it's hot, it opens up your back. And you guys can see, if you look back there, that's a lot of heat dissipation that you can have. But we're gonna head down here, and I'm gonna take this road down for a while and see how that works out, and I'll mark it down here on Basemap as soon as I get down to where I get back out of here, because once I get in there, I'm gonna be fishing and I won't pay attention to what I'm doing, but I'll just follow the creek back up to where this little road comes in. All right, look at that. All right, well, this is the end of the little road. The river's right down there. It's a steep canyon. I'm gonna go down and see if I can get in. A lot of times if you follow these semi-quasi game trails, they'll take you into a spot where you can actually get to the river. So we're gonna give it a shot, see what happens. All this for a fish. There better be some big fish in here. It's getting a little steep now. I can see the creek or the river, but this is where the animals been going down, so I would think that this is the best spot to get in. But if you guys look, if I could do this without getting on one of these rocks, pretty dusty down here. But look, brought my pistol in case I run into a cougar. But this looks like cougar country to me. So I'm gonna go across here, see where I can get down to the creek the best, and we'll start fishing down there. Super sketchy, bro. Super sketchy. I'm on a rock face right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Boy, that... It's cool. I don't know how easy it's going to be, but it's cool. I gotta get out there. That's the first pull I'm gonna fish. We'll see. I think if I can get over here, get on that rock, that's where I'll get everything put together. Well, we caught quite a few, couple toads, couple rainbows, but they're old fish. Nobody's been fishing in here. Just out of this hole. The next hole down, you can look. You see how it's been eroded down there. But that's our next hole. I'm going to go down there. We'll see how this goes, but I just want to weight these edges. Trying to walk this is going to be a bugger. So I'll just have to remember where I'm at here to get out of here, because that is not an easy place to get in and out of. But, you know, half of this is adventure. Half of it's getting out here and having a ball. And I'll tell you what, there's some big fish in here. I guarantee you. I hooked one that was about 12 inches, and I saw a bigger one coming up behind it. So it's pretty fun, pretty amazing. right, guys, so we're gonna head down because I gotta get around this rock ledge here. The adventure of it is just worth coming down here, you guys. You need to find places like this around you and just go in and do it. It's not a big thing. Seems like a big thing, but it's really not. So we're gonna go down, go around, and see what we can find. Hopefully I don't wash down. That's a lot of water. We're gonna go down to that. You guys can probably see it down there. Alright, so we're gonna head out of here. I gotta go up through here. We're trying to get over to those trees. I'm thinking the trees that fall all the way up. I don't think there's any great big monster, what would you call it up there. But before I go, I'm gonna make sure that I'm fully watered down. I'm gonna dump out my warm water and get some cool stuff. But it's a good little spot here. It's really cool, you guys. You gotta get out here and try these things. This is a little sketchy. I probably should have had somebody else with me today, but it's gonna be a little sketchy crossing this. But you know, this adventure, that's what I'm about. So we're gonna have to see what we can do. At the end of this video, you guys, go ahead and stay tuned at the end, and I'll show you all the gear that I use down here to get down here. So it might help you out. You can make your decisions off of what I use. All right, I'm going to dry off and then put my boots on. All right, we got the shoes back on. Got the sock cleaned off and ready to go. We're going to see if we can head out of here now. It's going to be sketchy, but well worth it. What a great day down in here. Beautiful place. All right, next time you see me, I'll probably be sweating my butt off if I didn't break a leg. All right. That was a tad sketchy going out over across that. Where that bush was, it was going straight down to the ground. So I think what we'll do is we're gonna go straight up this, and then I think we'll climb that. Those are rock crevices up there. We'll climb that and go around and get up on top of that other rock. I think that's probably one of the better routes. Yeah, it's pretty sketchy, man. The fishing was good. I'd have to be careful on who I brought in here, but I am going to bring the boys in here. We're making our way up. We had to go around this big rock face here. Yeah, it's sketchy. Probably like this all the way down that canyon too. I bet you the fish is just as good. I'm going to do some more looking on Basemap and see if there's one way you can get in the bottom and kind of come up this and fish it. It's awesome. I love it. I love this kind of stuff. But yeah, super sketchy. What do you guys think? Is this worth a fish? Yeah, that was a bit sketchy. We came right up over that rock bluff. I think I'm above the bluffs almost. I gotta get past this bluff and I'll be up there. It's a bit sketchy, guys, but the fishing's good. But look across, you can see all the bluffs across. It's all the same way across here. So you gotta pick these little spots, like the little draws, and go up those. But the good news is, once you get out of this, it's not too far to the Suzuki. Well, we made it back up to the old skid road, so it's easy going from here. Yeah, that was a little sketchy. It's not bad. You just gotta really take your time. Make sure you don't push it, do anything stupid. But it's a steep booger. You're rock climbing in some spots, which is another reason I like having a lumbar pack for this stuff, so I don't have to have it pull on my shoulders pulling backwards. So, all right, I'll show you what I got in my vet pack when we get up here. All right, so like I said, when I get up here, I'll show you what I took with me down there. I took my Crocs. That's what I was wearing in the river because I didn't want to get my hiking boots wet coming out. That way they didn't slip and slide, because I knew it was going to be rough coming out, and I didn't want to slide inside my boots. I like a good solid foothold when I put my foot down, especially in that off-camera stuff. The rod that I took was an LTS Precision 6-piece. This is made for backpacking, and it's one of LTS's least expensive rods, but it's a Precision, and this is a 8'6" for a 5-weight. And I've caught a lot of fish on this rod. I use it over on the Williamson on those big fish over there as well, and it performs very well. Very good rod. I cast a 6-weight weighted forward on it, and a 5-weight double taper a lot of times. I've nymphed with it with the double taper line. That rod's caught 10-pound fish. Of course I have a selfie stick. I took some water from down there. This is dirty water, but I always want to take dirty water with me, and then I can put my filter back on it and squeeze it into my clean bottles. That way you can carry more water. You don't just have to carry clean water. Of course, my Bible, my waterproof Bible, I take it everywhere with me. Man, I tell you what, reading next to the river is really good. I use P-Line. This is P-Line fluorocarbon. And I use 2X and 3X and 4X. And I carry those in big spools. I buy the big spools. Of course, I'm using a lot of different types of flies, but today the nymph was the biggest one, and that stonefly, I don't know what that thing is, bean-headed stonefly looking nymph with the rubber legs was a pretty good nymph. I brought some extra flies, never did use any dries. I'd love to try dry fly fishing down there. But you'd almost have to spend the night to do that, or get down really early in the morning. The reel I was using was the LTS Precision reel. This is their least expensive reel. And then it had one of the best lines that I've ever really fished. It's called the Poly line from LTS, and it's like a mini Spey line, kind of. You could overhead cast it, you can Spey cast it, but it's got a real heavy head up front to turn over poly tips. And poly leaders, or poly tips, or whatever, they are sinking tips, and they sink in different rates, and you can get them in different lengths. And so it's like having a miniature Spey setup for trout fishing. It's awesome, you guys. I use this line all the time. And then if you take the leader off, you don't use a poly leader, then you could take and just run, it'll turn over 2 nymphs and an indicator really easy. So it works on all of that. I use this bag for riding bikes, and I have my tube in there. I didn't take it out. I don't want to take stuff out that I don't want, because I'm going to put it back in sometime. I never leave home without this. This is a Parcardian from Sawyer. This is the spray-on kind. I like the lotion a little bit better, but I just grabbed some, throw it in, because I wanted to make sure I had some if I came down here. You never know where they're going to be bad and where they're not. I had my pistol in case I ran across a mountain lion. And yeah, I know everybody's like, well, why wasn't it on your side? Why doesn't it have a bullet in the chamber? Well, it's not like I'm going to come across a villain. They're going to shoot me and I have to quick draw on them. No, you usually have a lot of time when you get into an animal situation. So I had, and okay, you guys could comment below on all the times that you didn't have time. But seriously, every time that I've got into something that was giving me problems out in the woods animal-wise, I had plenty of time to even pick up a stick and poke it in the eye or whatever I want to do. I don't know, turkey calls are still in there just because it was turkey season. I got indicators, carry an extra battery and a cord. I got the cord for my phone because I record a lot on my phone, so I want to make sure that I have that, not just for recording, but I also have my Basemap on it, which is my navigation. Because what would happen if I got all the way down there and all those rock bluffs kept me from coming back up here? It would have taken, you know, 2 hours to get back up. It would have been nice to be able to just go in there with your Basemap and see what your best route would be, so you don't waste a bunch of time. I don't know if you guys have ever done that before. I sure have. And then last but not least, I carry a multi-tool. And this is the Mutt from Leatherman. And I carry, you don't need this big one, but I like it because it's got a hammer on the end. I've used that hammer more than I've used just about anything. And then of course, water. And this is clean water that I squeeze through my dirty water, and a water filter. Always carry a Sawyer. I don't care what you're doing, where you're at, you have to have water. So you could always, I mean, this thing's so small, just have it with you. It doesn't matter what you're doing. And now I got water on the other side. I have some camo paint in here, extra batteries and things like that. I did not bring a headlamp, which I normally do not leave the house without a headlamp. You never know what's going to go wrong, so you always have a headlamp. All right, guys, hope you liked it. That was our little adventure breaking up this elk season series that we're having, this Foundations of Elk Hunting series. And we broke that up, just kind of jumped out here and did a little bit of fishing. I found it when I was looking at Basemap, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to come out here, and it was definitely worth the time. All right, guys, if you can, like and subscribe, hit that little bell, because then you'll know when the next video comes out. Until then, keep living.